Everyone, Simon here. I'm making my second video for today, which I don't usually do, but partly because next week I'm moving and I will not be able to make new videos next week. So um, here we go. This is on 5 hacks for timing anything in your life. It's a very clickbaity kind of thing, but these are real, actual muhurta effective techniques for timing practically anything in your life, from a wedding to a surgery to starting a new business to buying a home to selling a home and so forth. So um, here we go. All right, so let's share my screen here. And this is the Vishnu Sahasranama. This is for another video where I'm going to go over all 108 shlokas for and that's for our members channel. So by the way, plug for the members, just click join on the video, and for $2 a month you get to be part of our private membership club, and I'll be posting additional bonus videos there. So that's a way to support me and the channel, and it's very small right now. There are just a few people there, and this is the best time to join, because basically your questions will hopefully be answered. I check once every couple days, and if you have video requests, I will respond to members' requests first for videos. So here we go. This is actually, I think this was a request for doing more videos about muhurta. So what are the 5 timing hacks for starting anything? Okay, so the first one is called Abijit muhurta. Abijit muhurta means midday. This is what most people know, but it also means midnight. And so if you've been to India, you probably know that some weddings happen in the middle of the night. Now, people think, oh, it's because it's too hot during the day. And yeah, that's part of it, especially in the middle of summer. But it's also because they want to take advantage of this muhurta. Now, how do you know when Abhijit muhurta is? So the best way to know is to take sunrise and sunset, divide it in half, take that period, divide it in half, and then add it to the sunrise time, and you'll arrive at the exact midday. So that will be the middle of Abhijit Muhurta. You can also, probably the best way is to go to a panchang. The finest panchang that I have, that I know about, is called Drik Panchang. It's an amazing resource for anything timing related. So for example, you can go to calendars, and if you click on Hindu calendar, for example, and I hope I'm sharing the screen here. Yeah, I am. And as you scroll down, you will notice the special days for every month of the year, and you can input your location. Okay. So you have Pongal, you have Moni Amavasya. So this is when you would take a vow of silence for 24 hours. Kumbha Sankranti, this is when the sun enters into Aquarius. Bhishma Ashtami, this is the 8th day of the 8th tithi of the waxing moon, devoted to Bhishma, and so forth. But that's not where you will see Abhijit Muhurta. To see Abhijit Muhurta, you go to Panchang, go to Dainik Panchang, which basically means daily, your daily almanac. Okay. Comes from the word Dina. Dina is Dina Dainik, your daily Panchang. It could mean Dina. No, it wouldn't be related to Dina. It's related to Dina, the day. I'm just thinking here. Okay, so in the Dainik Panchanga, you will notice for any day of the month or of the year, you could click here, right? Find for your particular day, scroll down and find auspicious timings. And there you will find Abhijit Muhurta. And for this particular day, it's from 12:01 to 12:39. It's a 38-minute period, because during winter it's shorter, during summer it'll be longer. But on average, it should be 48 minutes. A muhurta is 48 minutes. So during that time, that's kind of like a free pass. So the things I'm covering right now are hacks. Okay. These are things that even if you don't have a professional muhurta done for you based on your horoscope and your business partner or romantic partner's horoscope, how to, sort of get away with it. So the first one is Abijit Muhurta. The second one, and that happens every day except on Wednesday. And I made a video about this because what is Wednesday? If you watch that video, Rahu Kalam. So do not do it on Abijit Muhurta on a Wednesday. Okay, so you got 6 days a week to work with. The second technique is something called Sarvartha Siddhi. Okay, so I hope you're enjoying this because these are little tips and tricks to help you get around bad timings. But in the end, please understand that these are workarounds. And it's great to have these in place, but you should also do a good muhurta based on your chart. But because I don't know your chart, right, these are hacks that can help you get away with it. All right, so what is Sarvartha Siddhi? This means on any day of the week, when the moon is in a particular nakshatra, it's particularly good. So the moon in Mula on a Sunday is considered very auspicious. The moon in Shravana on a Monday, and so forth. Right? So you can sort of screenshot this if you want. So these are called Sarvartha Siddhi. But these days, Utpata means calamity, Mrityu means death, Karna means one-eyed. So you're like stumbling along. These are bad days. So Sarvartha Siddhi not only shows you the optimal days of the month, it shows you, well, it's not necessarily of the month, optimal days when the moon is in a particular star and it's that weekday. So you won't get all of these in a month. In fact, you're lucky to get one or two. But it'll also show you the days you're not supposed to do. So when moon is in Vishaka on a Sunday, no bueno. Okay. So this is something that every Jyotishi astrologer considers when they do muhurta. And this is your second hack. So the first hack was to pick the hour to do something, and that's midday, except on a Wednesday. The second is to pick a good day. And Sarvartha Siddhi is a great beginning, right? It's, again, moon can be Mula on a Sunday, but what if it's in your 12th house or in your 8th house, or it's 8th from your moon and 12th from your Lagna? Then it may not be as good, right? So you always have to consider your own chart, but all factors being equal, these are good workarounds. All right. Hack number 3 is special days. These are a few days of the year when you basically get a free pass. These are days that everybody who lives in India pretty much knows about, like Akshaya Tritiya. Akshaya Tritiya is the third day of the waxing moon in a particular month when the sun and the moon are both exalted. Sun in Aries, moon in Taurus, the third tithi. So now if we go back to Drik Panchang and we go to, there are a number of ways you can see it. You can see it in, here, let me minimize my face. So you can go to Muhurat and go to Shubha dates, okay, which are auspicious days. Okay. Oh, actually, no, that's a different thing. So here, this is very useful too. Depends on what you want to do. Conception, Garbha, Adhana, different pujas, Shashti puja, Prasuta snana, the first washing of the first bath of the baby, and so forth. Everything, naming, name giving, and so forth. And you click on there and it will Upanayanam. This is the thread. Vidyarambha, beginning of school. So all of these, if you click on it, will give you auspicious days in the calendar for that, or how to find the auspicious day. So like which nakshatras and so forth for your location. So this is a very, very helpful, useful too. But okay, but let's get back to let's go back to the Panchang. Oh, sorry, calendar. We'll go to Hindu calendar. And let's keep going through the days. And if you go, let's see, so March, you have Vijaya Ekadashi. So for this is great to do a fast if you're worshiping Vishnu. The holy is a holy day. It's a holiday. It's a holiday. Ugadi, the beginning of the calendar, beginning of the year. That's a good day. And if you go into May, boom, there's Akshaya Tritiya on May 10th. And this is one of those days when you can pretty much do anything. In fact, you should. You should buy new clothing. You should start a business. You should publish whatever it is that you want to do, because Akshaya means that which will last forever. So if you want to do something, typically people purchase gold and stuff like that. Things related to money, because it means that money will be around forever. So that's your third hack, is things that are done on particularly special days. We just had one in January 25th when the moon was full, so Purnima, in the nakshatra Pushya on a Thursday. So 3 criteria have to be met there, right? So that was January 25th, another special day to do stuff. So these are days when you're kind of exempt from the normal rules of muhurta, okay? Even though that's not really true, there are workarounds, all right? So these are the first 3 hacks. Let's get to the next 2. And if you guys are enjoying this, do consider clicking join and becoming a member. It's a small community still, and yeah, we'd like to grow it and have you in there. And I'll be making more special videos, particularly about mantras and predictions for members only. And you can't see those member videos. I thought the public could, but they can't. So there are a number of videos there that you guys, if you're not members, you can't see. All right. Number 4. Number 4 is very interesting. Requires you to do a little bit of work, but it's very intuitive. Match the nature of the event to the nature of the nakshatra. Okay. What does that mean? So if you know something about, so here you have to know about the nakshatras, like the one behind me. This is Kritika nakshatra. If you know about Kritika, Agni has 2 faces because he's both sharp and soft. He is facing the gods and also facing the human world. He is very pure, but also very lusty. So he has this very dual nature. And so certain nakshatras are dual this way, sharp and soft. Others are movable. Others are fixed. Others are hard, or others are fierce. And then there's light. Light and swift are the same. So light, fixed, movable, soft, hard, and sharp or fierce. Now, you don't have to memorize this, but it's good to know generally which nakshatras are what. So, for example, Rohini in all of the uttaras, Uttara Palguni, Uttara Bhadrapada, and so forth, Uttara Ashada are fixed. So Rohini and all the uttaras are fixed, which means that when the moon is in that nakshatra, it's a good day for doing anything having to do with fixity, like building a home, buying a home, something that you plan to stay in for a long time. A marriage, right? You want it to be fixed. Whereas fierce nakshatras, hard, fierce nakshatras, Daruna, tikshna are good for surgery or going into a lawsuit. Like, you don't want to be soft when someone's trying to steal all your money, right? Or is trying to sue you. You want to go in there and fight. So those nakshatras are good for that. You want to fight for your life, surgery. Or if you're doing Kali or Rudra worship, you want fierceness, ferocity, because if you don't have it, you're going to get wiped out by the energy. Then movable nakshatras are good for travel. Then light nakshatras or swift nakshatras are good for communication, for buying things that you want to go quick, like that, right? So I should publish this video on a swift nakshatra so it gets out there. That's actually, if it's something you do every day, it doesn't matter. You can do it. But for new things, you want to do them. You want the nature of the day to match the nature of the event. So for example, some astrologers found a long time ago that when the moon is in a very fierce, harsh star like Bharani or Purva Bhadrapada, then underdogs win. There tends to be an overturning of the status quo. That's when the forces of nature rebel against the status quo, and you get rebellions, you get, difficult things happening in the world. So those are the first 4 hacks. The 5th one is something that I'm going to talk about more in our with videos in our members page. The reason is has to do with upayas, and it has to do with, okay, let's say you don't have the perfect day, like you've only been given one surgery day, or you've only been given, the hall where you're having the wedding can only host it on this day. Then there are mantras and rituals you can do to help make that more auspicious. Okay, so the 5th hack is to do specific upayas, but because there are specific upayas for different things, like for moving into a home, there's a Vastu Shanti puja you can do. For for businesses, there are other things you can do. So for that, there are various things, and I'll give a few things specifically related to mantras in our members channel. But the main thing to understand, I didn't talk about weddings. Let me go back to weddings. For weddings, you want soft nakshatras, but anything except the fierce will be fine. Fixed nakshatra is fine. Even movable is okay. What you don't want is the really difficult nakshatras, because they indicate death, fighting, and so forth. Unless those nakshatras are really, the moon there is really well placed for you, because that just may be your, a good place for your horoscope. So there are always exceptions, but these are the general hacks. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and join me on the members channel. I'll be giving some of the upayas that I find useful. They're very simple mantras and such for overcoming day-to-day obstacles, especially when the timing isn't perfect and there's not much you can do about it. And when, yeah, just for overall blessings and such, regardless of what the activity is. But I'll give a couple specific things for Vastu and yeah, and so forth. So, all right, that's enough out of me. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed these 5 hacks, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.